Good evening, you're watching Connect. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. Our big focus on the show today, the trolls have found a new target. This time it's none other than one half of the newly married Virushka, Anushka Sharma. Yes, Anushka was trolled for wearing sindoor at her Delhi reception and also for deciding not to at the Mumbai reception. Some trolls termed her as patriarchal, while some called her unsanskari for not wearing sindoor in Mumbai. Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, BJP MP, also gave out a candid lesson, though, to these trolls, saying that they should avenge the removal of sindoor and Mangal Sutra first of Kulbhushan Jadhav's wife and then think about trolling our own betis. Well, joining us live on the program is Gauri Dwivedi from the digital newsroom. Gauri, over to you.
Uday, another day, another victim as far as this faceless, nameless troll army is concerned. And yes, damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's really how it's worked for Anushka Sharma. Whether she decided to wear sindoor, whether she decided to not wear it, either way, the troll army, of course, had a field day. Really, of course, targeting her on our digital headquarters. Here with me is Murtaza Ali, a media critic, and also we've got Ms. Rakhee, who is a Hindu scholar. Now, Murtaza, I want to ask you, at the end of the day, this is about an individual's choice. Whether you want to wear sindoor or Mangal Sutra or any of these things, it is a matter of, it is within your personal domain. And this troll army just lashes out day in and day out and finds another victim and is at it every day.
See, what can I say? In Delhi, she wears a sindoor and bindi and they object to it. In Mumbai, she comes out in a Western attire, they object to it. So obviously, really disheartening and really, sorry for people to lash out at, especially both Virushka this way. Earlier, when they were planning, they chose to marry in Italy.
Then also people had a problem that why Italy, why not India? To Desh Bhakti ke khilaf ho gaya. There's no end to this madness.
Indeed, BJP MLA came out and said that, he's not a role model because Bhagwan Ram, chose to marry in India and they have not followed the ritual. So this is obviously outrageous and completely irrelevant, and it has reached a point wherein I think the common sense should prevail and we should, move on and let them live their life.
I agree with you, we should move on, except for how nasty, vitriolic some of these comments are. If we just, tell our viewers some of these comments, I'm afraid we can't even say them on national TV when she decided to wear that sindoor for her Delhi reception, because those were the kind of comments, that's how nasty they were. Rakhee ji, आप मुझे ये बताइए, जहाँ तक सिंदूर की, चूड़ी की, मंगलसूत्र की बात होती है, ये तो एक औरत का अपना पर्सनल डिसीजन है. इसमें वो पहने, ना पहने, कैसे पहने, इसमें किसी और को तो कोई प्रॉब्लम होनी ही नहीं चाहिए.
बिल्कुल, सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये हम कहते हैं कि हमारा देश ऐसा है जहाँ पर हम औरत को बहुत सम्मान देते हैं. इस तरह की बात अगर सामने आती है तो मुझे एक औरत
All right, so of course the comments have begun there in the digital headquarters. Let's open this up though in our studios as well. We have Dilip Cherian, image guru, joining us live on the broadcast. We also have Mia Lakra, model, joining us in our studios. Mia Lakra, if I can come to you first, what do you really make of this troll brigade? Every day it seems they have a new target. Today it's Anushka Sharma.
I really don't understand. We have the social media to use in a better and a positive sense. Why do they troll on each and everything? Anushka, she is married. When Virat, he doesn't have any problem with his wife, whether she should wear sindoor or not. Who are we? Who the social media is to judge? And like when she was wearing in Delhi, then people had this thing, why she's wearing half kg, 1 kg sindoor on her forehead. Then when she was wearing some kurta or pajama something at the airport, then also they had some sort of problem. Now she is not wearing, or she did not wear at the reception in Mumbai, then also they have a problem. It's her personal choice. It's Virat and Anushka's personal life. Who are we, who the social media to like get into their personal lives? I really don't understand. They're the public figure. That doesn't mean that they don't have their lives to live and all.
True, they're public figures, but she should be given the freedom to do whatever she wishes. And it's interesting, Mia, because on one hand, when she wears sindoor, she's criticized for that as well. When she doesn't wear sindoor, then also she's criticized. So it's like a no-win situation.
I totally agree with you. Even me also being the public figure, they pinpoint, they don't let the public figure, the public artist to live their own lives. Like the social media or the public, they keep on stalking them each and everywhere. Like as even this Dr. Rakhee, she said, when they got married in Italy, then also they had a problem, why they didn't choose India, why they didn't select any of the cities in India, why they got married in Italy, why they kept their marital affairs private. It's their wish. They didn't want to publicize, they didn't want to.
Okay, let me get in Dilip Cherian at that point. Mr. Cherian, once again, the troll army at it again. Anushka Sharma, this time their target. What do you really make of what they've been seeing about a decision to wear sindoor at one occasion and not wear it at another?
You know, I think that we're taking this whole thing too seriously. The fact is that both Anushka and Virat have also very carefully built social media profiles for themselves. There is no doubt that they love it. The fact is that they also encourage people to tweet on their behalf, and a lot of the pictures that came out of Italy were obviously with their sanction. The fact is that they are people who enjoy the attention that a very large army of fans are giving them, and the fact is that their adulation multiplies all the time because they are able to play the social media game very well. In that game, the fact is also that there will be a bunch of naysayers who are constantly criticizing and carping, and these two are big enough characters to discourage, to ignore, and to carry on despite the criticism that may come up. I think that they are quite, in inverted commas, immune to this kind of thing, and they should be. They should carry on doing the things they want to do, not worrying about the fact that there's a bunch of people out there who will criticize whether she wears sindoor or not wears sindoor.
Okay.
And it doesn't affect their lifestyle.
So that's a valid point you're making.
What makes them even more attractive.
Let me take that to Mia Lakra. Mia Lakra, as a celebrity, as a public figure who uses social media for your advantage and for their advantage, you all need to be prepared for bouquets as well as brickbats. They will, of course, be praised, but you have to be prepared for criticism as well. How do you respond to that?
We feel really disheartened, and yes, you're very right. We have held a lot of responsibilities, baggage on our shoulder. What should we wear? How should we wear? Or we really hope we guys not repeating, or we guys are something not visible, or XYZ, because there are so many people out there to judge you, to criticize you, and frankly speaking, we like the artist or the Anushka Virat, everyone from the entertainment or the public figure, they live two kinds of a life. One, the simple life where they don't give a damn shit who is watching or what they have to do or represent themselves as but in a public they have to be more conscious, more careful about what the other people will gonna say or criticize. So I can completely understand there and the kind of situation they are facing at the moment, because I myself have faced a lot of times, because if you repeat the same clothes or something, if you're not bowing and if you don't bow down in front of the elder people, they'll be like, okay, what sort of what should I say?
So too much scrutiny is happening in celebrities' lives these days, is what you're saying. But Dilip Cherian, at the end of the day, there needs to be a line, doesn't there? You can criticize their fashion choices, you can criticize their movies, their performance on the field and off it. But talking about the wedding, her decision to wear sindoor, her decision to put a very fat sindoor, a long one, a fat one. I mean, that was also being, nitpicked about, Mr. Cherian. It got to that level that, they were criticizing her for wearing a sindoor, saying she's too patriarchal, and for too fat a sindoor as well. And then when it vanished in Mumbai, they had a problem with that too.
I think that part of the game for all social media celebrities, and who are also real life celebrities, is indeed that their life is constantly under scrutiny. There is no such thing as an off hour. The fact is that if you're going to the market to buy your groceries, the chances are that somebody will actually spot you, take a picture and put it on Instagram, and you become the subject of commentary. But why do you become the subject of commentary? You become the subject of commentary because you have a very large fan following. If you were bland, uninteresting, and just happened to be the girl at the grocery shop, then nobody would actually tweet you. This is something that is part of the price they pay. But don't forget that a large part of this comes from people who are following them. And the numbers of their followers, as has been said during the time of their wedding, is only second to the Prime Minister of the country. So this is a very happening, rocking couple who have a huge presence on social media.
Okay, let's quickly go across to the digital newsroom. I'm being told some comments coming in there, Gauri.
All these comments do indicate that how the troll army, which of course lashed out at Anushka Sharma. There are, of course, all these sane set of comments coming in on our Twitter handle, Uday, all calling out these really below-the-belt set of comments that have been coming in as far as Anushka is concerned. Murtaza, do you think that what Subramaniam Swamy said today in terms of how this troll army should in fact be focusing on larger, bigger issues and not really put out personal targets and, targeted attacks against somebody, will this cut any ice with any of this faceless, nameless troll army?
See, I would say Virat and Anushka are role models. Millions of Indians, the youth follow them, and they follow them to an extent wherein they would want to, emulate their feat and whatever they are doing in their life. And by trying to demean them, these trolls are in a way demeaning the very spirit that binds India together. So obviously, I would also take a leaf out of Subramaniam Swamy's book, and I would also want these trolls to focus on the real issues that demands their attention. Social media is all about, it has given power to the common man. At the end of the day, if you're not able to use such a powerful platform to talk about the right issues, and you are talking about all these...
How unfortunate is that?
Very unfortunate, and talking about these regressive issues, trying to delve into people's privacy. It's completely unjust, and it should be something that should be,
It is unwarranted at all levels. But it's not stopping because, yesterday we were talking about how Mohammed Kaif was trolled massively because he decided to celebrate Christmas with his family, and he was called out by Muslim clerics who thought that it was against his religion. And today we are talking about how Anushka Sharma has been massively trolled, and then of course Subramaniam Swamy really trying to put some sense into any of this troll army. Rakhee, comment on this, that when you talk about this troll army, at the end of the day, you see how religious sensibilities ineffectively get involved in it. चाहे वो इस्लामिक ट्रेडिशंस की बात हो, चाहे वो हिंदू रिचुअल्स और हिंदू ट्रेडिशंस की बात हो, कहीं ना कहीं वो आ जाती है सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पे जहां उनकी कोई जगह नहीं है.
ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि दोस्त जो देख रहे हैं, जो सोशल मीडिया पे बैठे लोग देख रहे हैं, वो ना हो. क्योंकि मैं बताऊं, आप एक एंकर हैं, आप टीवी पे काम करती है. जब नई नई शादी होती है एंकर्स की, तो वो क्या करती है, सिंदूर पूरा ना भरकर पीछे मांग को यहाँ पर बैक साइड में छुपाकर सिंदूर भरती हैं. लेकिन वो अपने ट्रेडिशनल को, अपने जो उनके माता पिता ने उन्हें सिखाया है, उन कहीं ना कहीं उन चीजों को कभी भी नकारा नहीं करती. हो सकता है कि अनुष्का ने भी सिंदूर छुपा के लगाया हो. आपको जो दिख रहा है वही सही हो, ये जरूरी नहीं है. और हर बार चाहे हम बात करें देश की आज़ादी की, चाहे हम सेना की बात कर रहे हो, हिंदू मुस्लिम की बात कर रहे हो, ट्रिपल तलाक की बात कर रहे हो, मेरे समझ में नहीं आता है कि हम बार-बार धर्म को बीच में लाकर इतना खूबसूरत.
Okay, so that of course is a debate which is continuing there in the digital headquarters. I want to quickly open this up to some comments now coming in on Connect this evening. Our viewers writing in on Facebook, what are they saying? Let's pull out some of those comments. Harjeet has this to say: so Anushka Sharma falls for a feminist gang by not wearing sindoor and bindi at Mumbai reception. Amit Kumar says it's normal for hostile country to adopt preventive measures to avoid secret recording. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a comment for this, but Swayambhu Chakrabarti says exactly, removal of Mangal Sutra is a deliberate act of insulting the entire Hindu women. Niyati says people appalled by Anushka Sharma's length of sindoor. I am appalled by the length of their stupidity. Dilip Cherian, coming back to you on the point that Dr. Subramaniam Swamy was making. He feels people should, be more, he was making a larger point, saying like, let's be serious about issues which matter, and let's be, humorous about ones that don't. Yes, it's all right to comment on Virat and Anushka, but more attention needs to be given to the bindi and Mangal Sutra and sindoor, which was removed from Kulbhushan Jadhav's wife in Pakistan, than actually about Anushka wearing it or not in India, which was her free will, might I add.
I think that you're really, like Canute trying to hold back the waves. There are only two religions in India, and it does not include patriotism or nationalism. The two religions in India are cricket and Bollywood. And the fact is that as far as the youth of India are concerned, these are the two religions they pay most attention to. Unfortunately, whatever you may say, these celebrities of this kind, unfortunately, maybe for the wrong reasons, get more attention than every national issue put together. And that is a fact. So we have to live with the fact that as the generational interests are shifting, some of these so-called interests which are political or the so-called interests which are divisive in terms of religion are actually not of such interest to today's generation who live their lives on the net. And so the troll armies and the troll supporters are probably likely to spend more time on these issues than on issues to do with the border or with Pakistan.
Okay, Mia Lakra, at the end of the day, the youth are more concerned about Bollywood and films and cricket, of course. That's why they will comment more on these issues. That's why you often see celebrities, are the target of the trolls. Yesterday, as I said, we were talking about Mohammad Kaif being trolled for celebrating Christmas. Today, we're talking about Anushka Sharma wearing sindoor or not wearing sindoor, and again, she becomes a target of trolls.
I'll agree with you because we youth follow more in these trendies, like what's in, what's not. But then, yes, the social media make trolls of each and everything. As you said, Mohammed Kaif celebrating Christmas. Why he shouldn't celebrate Christmas? At the end, even he's an Indian, he's a human being. Who are we? Like we have the freedom to speech, to do anything. And in terms of celebrities, as again I'm telling you guys, like we live two kinds of a life. One normal life, and the other one is just for the sake of public. And you guys make a celebrity, a bigger celebrity by being the fan, but you guys should not judge. Like you could just be in their shoes and then see how it is difficult to even carry that celebrity status. I mean to say we follow each and everything, but who are we again? Who are we to judge somebody? That's
okay,
it.
Dilip Cherian, at the end of the day, do you feel celebrities become soft targets? As you were saying, film stars and cricketers are obviously going to be talked about because Bollywood and cricket are the two religions that our country follows most apart from anything else. That's why do you feel they become the target of these celebrities? As I said, yesterday we were talking about Mohammad Kaif and today we're talking about Anushka Sharma, who's one half of Virushka.
The fact is that for anybody on social media, when you put a hashtag Virushka, you're bound to be seen by a whole bunch of more people than if you put Jadav. That happens to be a fact of the social media. Now, in social media, there are certain lines which ought to be drawn, and that line ought to be drawn by the people who receive the comments. They don't need to be affected by it. They need to lead real lives unaffected by these comments, which are usually made just to draw attention to the people who are tweeting it themselves.
I want to ask you that. That's what's the psychology of these trolls? What's the psychology of these trolls, Dilip? Why are they trolling stars and public figures? Are they doing it for the attention? Are they doing it because they actually believe in what they say and are really that rabid?
There are two reasons. One, because they actually believe that they will get attention because they are trolling a star. And second, because these are the things they spend most of their time watching. The fact is that their minds are largely empty of real issues and they're really happy with what I call trivial issues which occupy them and give them great joy.
If they're spending all their time on social media, naturally they would talk about issues like this than what's on the real news, is what you're saying. What is your advice then to celebrities who are trolled, Dilip Cherian? Should they ignore trolls? Should they respond back in equal measure? What really is your advice to people who got trolled, and not just celebrities, but the Aam Aadmi as well?
The first bit of advice I would say is, if you are smart enough to come up with a reply which is clever, which is witty, and which hopefully is also funny, then try and draft it and make sure somebody sees it so that it does not insult somebody by mistake. That's the first thing. The second thing is that don't change your behavior, just carry on doing what you want to be, because that's why people actually love you.
Okay, let's quickly get in some more commentary then coming in the digital headquarters. Let's cut across.
There has to be serious, thinking that needs to be done.
Oh, absolutely. Some serious thinking needs to be done. And I've had this discussion in the past as well, Murtaza, as to is there a way of taming these trolls? Because, if you see the law, there is, of course, we do have a very robust cyber security law that is in place. There are also mechanisms as far as these social media platforms are there that, if there are some words that come in, then of course their alarm bells ring and then immediately accounts get deactivated. But that's very limited impact given the kind of damage that these troll army can actually do. So the damage they can do is far more than the kind of punishment, if I can say that, or the penal action that is taken against them. So it's a case of complete mismatch.
See, it's like a double-edged sword. It has empowered people to a great extent in today's age and times. A lot of work that gets done on the social media, when it comes to these famines, these disasters, Twitter actually helps a lot. But at the same time, it has, allowed these elements, these regressive and anti-social elements to, spread venom across nook and corners of the globe. So I feel that, the onus is upon the people who are behind Twitter, who are behind these social media forums to come up with more stringent ways to somehow get hold of, these trolls. Otherwise, it can get really dirty. And in the past, we have had instances wherein these trolls actually led to flash mobs being, participating on a very large level. In the past, we had journalists from Quint being attacked by certain, followers of certain rap singer. So obviously, it's high time that we do, look into...
Have some sort of a mechanism in place.
Absolutely, that's very important. And as I said, that it's like a double-edged sword, so we need to give a serious thought. Obviously, these cyber laws are not enough to keep a hold on them.
Because they obviously did not anticipate the kind of backlash that can actually come as far as the social media platforms are concerned. Rakhee, the other question I want to ask you is that, in fact, I tell our viewers also that you can tweet with the hashtag Sindoor Sanskar on this show, because that is really what it has boiled down to: Hindu traditions being used by different camps in, of course, completely different way. The way Subramaniam Swamy said that, if you really want to channelize this energy, you should be channelizing it towards
Okay, I want to
a
quickly
cause.
come back. That, of course, is the commentary that has begun there in our digital headquarters. I want to come back to Dilip Cherian quickly at that point. What do you make of this Sindoor Sarkar that's being, doled out, by certain camps, certain different varying camps? Some are saying that Anushka Sharma, because she has the right not to wear Sindoor, should not wear it at a function in Delhi, because then she is, promoting patriarchy or promoting the concept more. And then, of course, you saw the, the other camp who said that, oh my God, why didn't she wear it in Bombay? Has she fallen prey to these critics? Is she now dictating her life by them? Or is she just exercising her choice of freedom of wearing it at one function and not wearing it at another?
The battle between feminists and fundamentalists is actually a battle between feminists and patriarchalists. And the patriarchalists are always likely to insist that there needs to be a certain purity of practice which is being dictated by some book or by some priest. And the reality is that today's strong women and today's empowered woman and the kind of woman who's going to inherit the 21st century is not going to be dictated to by anybody. If she likes one thing, or if she sees that a certain thing is popular or unpopular, then she is entitled to react the way she wants to be. I think this is where Anushka has shown, to my mind, a great talent in being able to address the troll army by saying, I'll do exactly what I please, guys. You can just wait and watch, and which is all they're capable of doing.
Okay, let me quickly get in some Twitter comments at that point. Some reactions coming in now on Connect on Twitter. Let's quickly pull out some of those comments. Aparna has this to say: this was not a meeting held in a prison. It was a humanitarian... Okay, I guess that's not a comment for this. But Rama has this to say: we should ban Christianity and Christian schools from Bharat, which force our children to remove tilakam bangles. Okay, some more comments now coming in. Neha Singh says, it's a choice Anushka has made, and she made a great choice. Mansi Parish Kumar says, if a woman should not be slut-shamed for wearing a bikini, why chastise her for opting out for a traditional symbol? So those are some comments coming in there on Twitter. Mia Lakra, quickly coming back to you at this point, do you feel at the end of the day, yes, your films, your modeling assignments, your TV shows can be judged, can be praised or criticized, But, you know, certain private moments like wedding, like, you know, what someone does in their bedroom, like, you know, Sindoor, Mangal Sutra, religion, these are deeply private, you know, aspects. Do you feel these should be at least left aside? Or do you feel, you know, your fans should have a right to comment on this as well?
No, if they're ready to comment in a positive manner, I don't have any problem. But yes, as you said, being a public figure, I have my own life. Like, there has to be some privacy, private, as you said, whether in terms of my family rituals, whether my wedding or XYZ, or my personal life, my boyfriends or XYZ, whether I'm hanging around, going out for dinner, what I'm wearing, apart from my public place or entertainment field. As before that, you asked Mr. Charanji whether how we should respond the criticism of the critics. It's very
Not
hard.
Mr. Charanji, Mr. Cherian.
Sorry,
Yeah, but
Mr.
go ahead.
Charan, sorry,
No,
yeah.
that's all right.
At times, it's very hard to ignore their comments and all, because once you don't respond their comments or likes, dislikes, what these people think, oh, then that must be she is right, she is doing something wrong. That's why she's just hiding, she's not responding to our post or comments. And at times, even if you're responding, then also they have a problem. They have a problem even if you're responding and even though you're not responding. So we cannot just keep everyone or anyone happy out there.
So it's a
very easy
no-win
to pass.
situation. It seems it's a no-win situation. We have to leave it at that. As I said, every day it seems there's a new target of trolls. But as Mr. Cherian said, religion in our country, the top religions are Bollywood and cricket. That's why we're seeing a lot of those stars be the target of trolls, at least in this festive season. Let's be happy. Let's be merry. Let's not be morose. Let's try and praise instead of criticizing all the time. We leave it at that. Thanks to my panel for joining me on Connect this evening. A quick break on that note.